Young love is a trope that will forever remain a staple in romance manga. Every person can relate to stories of their first crush, their first love, their first heartbreak. At Summer's End, a new manga by Takuya Nishio is a rough-casted yet beautiful manga about a middle schooler experiencing her first love and all the pains that come with it. This manga dropped last month, and while it isn't a boisterous affair, I'm surprised that I haven't seen much talk about it. The art is very different, but it's a stylistic choice that I think lends itself very well to the story being told here. It opens up with a middle schooler named Natsu. She's on her way to school and she's taking the train when she notices a blonde-haired boy get on at a stop at a later point. Aihara is very friendly with her. On their way to school, they discuss their summer routine, probe each other with questions, trying to figure out one another's interests and hobbies, even share Nintendo DS with one another. Natsu's feelings are fluttering every time she sees Aihara. Even jealousy arises when she notices him one day hanging out with an older girl. Not knowing that that's his stepsister, Natsu's jealousy becomes a pivotal part of the early point of this manga. Aihara, on the other hand, he's a goody two-shoes who plays the violin, and even if he isn't that good, he's still a kind boy. While Natsu has a lot of personality developing on her side, and you're seeing a bunch of different points of her perspective of this growing romance, Aihara, on the other hand, his personality is unfortunately split between two other characters. There isn't much of a chance to see him be as emotional as Natsu is. The art is definitely an acquired taste for this manga. Nishio conveys almost all of the emotions that the reader is supposed to feel through the dialogue between characters. There isn't much expressions on their faces or with their body language. It's really just about the atmosphere, the barrenness of the panels, and what the characters are saying to one another. I don't know if they necessarily have the bandwidth at this point in their career to take such a bold risk. It doesn't come off well. Sometimes I'm really impressed when the dialogue does its thing. Other times, I'm not so sure how I felt about a chapter after it's wrapped up because so little substance was there. The watercolor openings of each chapter and occasional backdrops show that Nishio is capable of much better artwork. Even if it's not what they're going for with this body of work, I'd like to see some adventurousness tried out every once in a while. Overall, this is a solid manga with a unique approach, and I think it's a romance manga that's worth being read by anyone who's looking for something quick, something new, a little bit fresh. I'm not so sure what direction it's ultimately going to go in, but I like how light it is right now. And sometimes I like to kick back and read a series that has interesting art. Why not? Not everything has to be Picasso, right? 5 out of 10.